Hi, if you're thinking about taking a class summer semester, I've got one for you to think about. My name's Dave and I manage the criminal justice program at Gray Basin College. And this summer we're offering CRJ 104, which is our introduction to administration class. This class is special in a couple of ways. One, it's totally online. If you notice, behind me is not Nevada. If you recognize it, that's Mount Rainier. I'm taping this, I'm videoing this from my summer residence where I will be teaching the class from. Being totally online, I can teach this class from anywhere, and you can take the class from anywhere. Doesn't matter what your shift is or where you're located. You can take this class. If you can watch this video, you can take this class. Two, it's what we call a Gen Ed class. So whether you're very interested in criminal justice and want to major in criminal justice, or you're just looking for something, poking around, something that might pique your interest, a Gen Ed class works with all of our programs. It's just like taking a math class or a history class or an English class. This class will count towards credit for any of our programs, so you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting your money. You might find yourself very interested. You might find yourself kind of interested by the time we're done. The class is divided up into 4 segments. The first part, we talk about the criminal justice system. We talk about the law. We talk about what you see on television. We talk about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th Amendment. We talk about search warrants. We talk about knock and talks. We talk about reasonable suspicion. We talk about probable cause. We talk about all of that legalese that you might be very interested in. Then we move into part 2. We talk about cops. We talk about law enforcement. We talk about crime prevention. We talk about what it's like to work for a police department. We talk about what it takes. We talk about what you do. We talk about everything has to do with cops. Then we move into the courts. We talk about bail. We talk about how trials work. We talk about prosecutors. We talk about defense attorneys. We talk about what it's like to be a victim or a suspect. So we cover the court aspect. Lastly, we talk about corrections. So we've had the courts, we've had the cops. Finally, we're talking about corrections. Talk about the jail system. Talk about the prison system. We talk about probation and parole. We talk about employment in all of these areas. We talk about what it's like to have to work with these different areas. So by the time you're done, we've covered pretty much criminal justice system A to Z. So summer semester, 8 weeks long. I'd like you to be interested. I'd like you to join us.